Hi, Internet. I'm not sure where to look right now because it just looks like I'm looking off to the side right now, but I'm in my car, if you can't tell. And I wanted to do a little side video other than game collecting. So, for a side gig, for my main job, so I work 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday, and I work as a software engineer. And as a side gig, I do Lyft driving on the weekends mainly. And then some days when when I don't really have much to do after work, I'll hop in my car and drive for like an hour or something like that. So I thought it would be fun to kind of document the month of November and see what it looks like from the point of view of a Lyft driver. And for complete clarity, I've not just picked this up. I started doing Lyft about 6 years ago. And after COVID, I took a few years off because I was afraid of getting sick, like everyone else in this world. But I decided to come back and start doing it again. And it is currently November 5th. And I've been driving every day since November started. And I just want to document the month of November, and hopefully you'll find this interesting. I'm going to go through how I set up my car for Lyft, a little bit about my car, and just some tips and tricks for Lyft drivers. And I'll show how much I made per week, even though, most people aren't really interested in that kind of stuff. But, it's fun to kind of show. So let's get started. So this is my car. I'm not going to show the license plate because, I don't want people to know that. But it's a 2017 Hyundai Elantra, and I picked it up in 2019, and I love this thing. It is four-door, it's a sedan, gets great gas mileage. I just got a car wash, so it's nice and clean. And it's this lovely blue color. Blue's not even my favorite color. My favorite color is red. I just saw this blue and thought it was striking, so I decided to get it. And yeah, now I'll pop inside and show you the interior. Alright, so let's hop inside here. And keys are not in the ignition. So this is what the interior looks like of my Elantra. And it has everything you would basically need. Let me get my keys out of my pocket and I'll show you the display and how it all works. So yeah, everything comes up. And yeah, it's just a lovely, lovely vehicle. I have a whole mess of cords. I have some stuffed animals. I have some lights behind me that I'll go through. But the only thing I want to point out is when I bought this car, it had 45,000 miles on it. And in 4 years, I'm going to zoom in. You can see that I've done a lot. It's currently at 119,000 miles. And that's in 4.5 years. So, take what you will with that. But I just filled up. And you can see I have about 400 miles of range. And my average is dropping, but that's because I'm not moving. I've actually gotten this car up to... So driving around in the city normally that I live in, I get maybe 30, 33 miles per gallon. On the highway, I've gotten it up to 45 miles per gallon. And it has a little miles per gallon thing that maxes out at 50. So, And then I have some accessories and just my wallet that I left there that I'll go through in just a second. So the first thing you're going to need is a good phone holder. And I have this, what is this, a Belkin? Yeah, Belkin. MagSafe holder, just because my phone has the MagSafe crap. And this just slides into the vent. You see these little teeth on the end? Yeah, they sort of slide into the vent. And then you can plop your phone on it. And so I'll just pop that into the vent over here. There we go. And then if I take my phone and let it snap into place. Come on, you can do it, phone. I'm holding it sideways, so it sometimes is finicky, and that didn't really work out. Yeah, but see, no hands-free. And that's important because you need to have your phone hands-free, at least where I live. I'm pretty sure that's for everywhere now. You can't be holding your phone like this and tapping the buttons and driving at the same time. That's just not allowed. So you need a solid phone holder, and that's either in the vent on the right, which it is now, or the vent on the left, depending on how I have my setup for driving. And I'll get to the rest of the stuff that I have in my car just to keep it, you know, looking nice. So a few other things that I have in my car just to keep it, you know, nice is one, hand sanitizer. I had this even before COVID, but you know, it's just something that you don't even have to think about. You just use, and there you go. Hands are nice and clean. I have various charging cables down here. One for my phone because it's an iPhone 14 and it uses the Lightning connector. And I have a USB-C one and a micro USB one too. The micro USB goes to something else, which I'll show in a bit. And the USB-C goes to my iPad. And I'll get to the iPad whole thing in just a second. Other things I have are a holder for the iPad, which mounts right there. And I also have these protectant wipes. These are just Armor All wipes, and I'll cut to a video of me just wiping down my dashboard now. And we're back from that. So I use these just to keep my car looking, you know, nice and spiffy on the inside because it collects a lot of dust. Other things that you can use are any type of sprays, just a simple towel for dusting. The other thing I like to do is have little plushies in my front windowsill. So I have a little Minecraft piggy. His name is Bacon Bits. He's been with my car actually since before I bought it. I got this guy back in like 2017 with my old car, and he just chills up here and lives there. The other guy is Chompers, the alligator. He lives up here. I got him at a zoo in Indianapolis, and he just kind of chills up there and basks in the sun like an alligator would. And finally, the last thing you need, which I just realized I don't know if I have up here, but they're these things. They're the little car scent things. You know, got to make sure your car smells nice when people get into it. So these just sit in the vent like that. A lot of vent holder stuff here. So yeah. And now I'll get to the iPad setup and why I have it and why I use it. So this iPad, this is the M1 iPad Air. I've had it for a while now, and for the longest time, it was just kind of sitting there. I wasn't really doing anything with it. So I decided, let's make it into a car infotainment display. So I bought this holder, and it just slides into the CD tray, and it stretches. And the iPad, which has a case on it too, fits inside of it. And typically my setup is, I have my phone right here. I have a hotspot from my phone going to the iPad so I can get internet. And then I have the screen divided up so that it has maps on that side and Spotify on this side. And I do that just because, I like having the big display. It reminds me of a Tesla, even though this is way cheaper than a Tesla. And it's just something that I feel like makes my car unique, and I just really like it. Now, this is a relatively new idea. I've only started doing this 5 days ago, and it has its pros and cons. I have to get used to having my phone over here because I'm not used to that. I'm used to having my phone on that vent right there. And so I'm used to kind of like hitting buttons over here and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to translate it to this side. But as long as everything's hands-free, and that's why I have all these cords down there, plug into there, plug into my phone, and charge my Bluetooth thing. Because this car doesn't have Bluetooth built in. I had to get a little Bluetooth dongle that plugs in. But yeah, so this is what my setup typically looks like when I'm driving, except the phone would be over there. And now I'm going to transfer to later on in today, after I've been done driving for the day, and we'll talk about how much I made in the last week. So after a long day of driving, not really a long day, I'll get into that, I'm back home. And hopefully the fan that's going over there isn't too loud, just because I needed some air circulation because my apartment was getting a bit stuffy. But I'm in my living room right now, and yeah, I did some driving today. And I'm going to put right here how much I made over the last week. So I made roughly $280 over the last 5 days of driving, and you could see that's with, what is it, roughly 12 hours of work. And the main reason that I'm sure people were expecting the number to be a lot higher, but the simple fact is, where I live, long rides aren't really a thing. It's very rare to have a ride go more than 10 minutes in any direction, really. And yeah, I can't really say more than that because I don't want to give away my location. But the rides that I do out here are typically college rides. So I'm picking people up, college kids from bars, and driving them to other bars. Or I'm picking college kids up from campus and driving them to the bars, or vice versa. Or a lot of people commute to work using Lyft. And I'm only doing this on the evenings and the weekends, not during the day when I'm doing my normal job. Nor during my normal job, I'm sitting here at my desk. So there's not a lot I can really do, but it is extra money, and it is something that I enjoy doing. So that's why I do it. And hopefully that number will continue to go up, because this was only 5 days of work and not even working to the full potential. This was just kind of a dry run because I've been kind of lazy the last couple weeks. So we'll see how it goes from here. But anyways, I will update next Sunday with how this following week goes, because this is only the 5th of November, and we'll see how it grows from here. But anyways, if you have any questions about Lyft, or you're interested in being a Lyft driver, I'll put a referral link down in the description for you to sign up. I'm not sure how it is with other parts of the U.S. or other parts of the world, so don't quote me on this. But at least where I live, you have to have a relatively newer car. It has to be 4 doors. It can't be a truck. And you have to be 21. So take that as you will. I don't know if that's the same for the rest of the country or the world. I don't. So, if you're interested in signing up, the link will be down in the description that you can go sign up at. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to doing more of these vlog type videos, and I still have the game room over there, so that's coming once I start collecting again and buying other games. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and safe driving.